Hello there, and welcome back to Alexology's Madhouse, where today I've got one of my very best replays probably ever. This was an excellent game that I played with two of my clanmates, groundpounder and Mako. Mako's actually just joined the clan just the other day. I actually recruited him the week I played this, and I'm playing here one of my absolute favorite tanks, as I've said before, the Centurion 7-1. I'm playing on Lakeville, which is one of my most hated maps at the moment. And the reason for that is because we've got three avenues of approach: the Valley of Fail, the Center of Fail, and the Town of Fail. We've also got this massive dead area of map, and honestly, I just find this completely lazy. Like, it's all well and good to have a lake, but why you couldn't leave this section open or with a ridge line across it for medium play, I don't know. But in a medium tank, you've got essentially two effective options, one of which is to go through the Valley of Fail, which is so slow that it's almost suicide, especially if they have artillery normally, which hides here, because you've created a perfect corridor here for artillery to shoot down, especially with the pop fight that sort of generates here. You've got your light tank and potential medium tank positions here as well. Light tanks to spot over, medium tanks to hit. The first 60 seconds of the battle can, I wouldn't say be decided at that point, but it's just very static. The light tanks rush up, they get into a bush, they wait. There's essentially one or two bushes for them to choose from. Enemy light tanks come down and hide behind the rock, hide on a little hill here. The medium tanks and TDs hide in this area. Also, the south side has a major advantage to the north side because from this position, tank destroyers, heavy tanks, or whoever the hell else decides, can shoot straight across to the guys hiding behind the church. So the whole, I really find this map to be pretty broken, dull to play, and I seem to get this map horrendously often in my light tanks. So looking at the teams, well, it's a 37% win chance, which is, you know, absolutely not good news, even if you're in one of your favorite tanks, and this is a 58% win chance tank for me. You know, this really, these kind of games, they either go horribly wrong or you have a fantastic game. Luckily, this time I managed to have a really good game. Looking at the teams, well, we've got myself, groundpounder, Mako, best players on our team. We've got one guy in an STA1 who is very good. We've got an M103 who's slightly above standard. And the enemy team has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue stats players, two of whom are in a platoon in T54E1s, and those tanks with their burst damage really are just going to, you know, could really slaughter us. So we had a discussion, myself and my platoon mates, about where we should go. Initially I was pushing for the valley because of my gun depression and turret. I knew I'd be able to perform pretty well there. But we decided to go over to the city, seeing that they only had one tier 9 heavy. We figured we might be able to do some good work over there. So off we went in this perilously slow tank. 103 is with us, that's good news. STA1 is with us, that's good news. Stock IS2, not such good news. 5916's gone exactly where he needs to go. He's spotting in the center, but there's not really anybody there to shoot for him. But he doesn't spot anybody. So immediately this game has become slightly unusual. We've also got a large number of tanks heading into the Valley of Fail. You know, that valley just seems to suck up a horrendous amount of players. SDA1 has set himself up to snipe, but nothing gets spotted. So coming into the city, I don't want to go down the zero line, because with this number of heavy tanks, I really don't want to be in a straight-on fight. I want to be slightly to the side of a main brawl. Mako goes up that road, and he does perform very well up there. FCM 50 spotted. He takes a hit. He returns fire. Mako gets quite a bit more damage in, but he is a tier higher. And so I've got to the left of the church. I figure, okay, there's probably something coming down this road, and I pop up, and nothing. But I'm not spotted. There is an IS-8 spotted, though, and he seems to be coming from the right to the left, so I figure, oh, you never know. So I get myself prepared, and APCR shot into his upper front plate. Now, the thing about the Centurion 7-1 is it shoots APCR as standard, so I'm not using gold rounds here. The gold round is Hesh, which would not do very much damage there at all unless I could get around. He's still there, makes the same mistake, so that's me up to 855 damage on the same guy. Tier 9, that is quite nice, and he's still sitting there, so yeah, alright, road, and no such luck. M103 wants to play as well. So FCM and Mako are having a big fight over here against this FCM, and there were other heavy tanks behind him. Here's the kill shot on the IS-8, if I can get it. Come on. Make a mistake, buddy. Do it. Yes, come on. One down. Oof. FCM-50 gets killed. T-540-1s are coming around. They've got the burst. I figured the game was over. Take one. But they get some terrible shots in there. Tunnel visioning on Mako. I take a second hit, but they've had to pull back to reload. Mako goes for another shot, but gets pounded by the IS-3. And the IS-3 made a good move there. Not a very good player, but he saw his opportunity and he took it. So the T-540-1s are out of the game for, I think, about 40 seconds now while they reload, but we can't touch them. They've got too much support, and I decide to push to the left. KV-3, alright, he's one tier down, but he is a blue player. Ground misses. Now, I'm aiming at the mantlet, so I've got to aim carefully here. Hitting his turret cheeks, that's one. We're at green stats already, but the game is still very much alive. He's still moving back. Second shot in, up to blue stats, and ground gets the kill shot in. So T-540-1s have got less support. So here we go. Come on, baby. He's shot one. Oh, come on. Totally fluffed the shot. Ground pays for my mistake and takes another meaty hit and then gets hit by the FCM. And oh, look, the VK. Okay, well, damage is damage. I'll take it. And ground felt the same way, and we took him out of the game. So hiding behind this little building, FCM knows what I'm doing. He's setting himself up to be able to hit me next time. Keeping my eye on Mako in case he gets rushed by the T-54s. 103, don't do it, buddy. No, that's a very dangerous move. Your turret's not even facing the right way. And oh, our IS-2 from the back is hitting the guys behind the church, but the IS-6 from the center is hitting our 103 in the back and was shooting gold. You know, I mean, no great harm in that. IS-2 kills the T-30, which I didn't even realize was there. But yeah, he's gone. Mako gets another meaty hit. I'm keeping my eye in case I need to go and help him. Mako takes a very risky move and pays for it with one hit. Kill shot on the FCM. Come on. Oh, no. Missed it completely. IS-3 has come around. Kills Mako. So we're really in trouble here now. All they've got to do is get their burst damage out. And, oh, look. Thank you. I will take that without question. So very strange move on his part. Ground takes out the other guy. So now we're 3-on-2 with the STA and the T-25-2. Ground's gone left with the 103. I'm going right. And these guys should be finished at this point. And one, he bounces when he hits me. Ground hits him. 103 finishes the FCM, who had a pretty good game. And I really don't want to get hit by this guy, but he does want to hit me, and he somehow misses me. I think he hit the wreck. 32 damage. Yeah, come on, buddy. I'll take it. Auto-aimed. Took my time. His turret was turned the other way. So it's 9-8. Or 3,000 HP down. They're on the cap. I tell Ground I'm going to go back. Try to defend the cap. Ground agrees. He starts coming back with me. So, yeah. Oh, it's even worse. We're over 4,000 HP down now at this point. The Valley of Fail has fallen. IS-6 takes out the 5916. Came straight up the center. Ground decides to go up. He sees that most of the enemy team is down there. Figures if he can get on their cap, we might still have a chance at winning this game. And at this point I was at 3,300 damage, 3,600 win 8. I was feeling quite happy. Really, whichever way the game went at this point, it didn't matter. I'd had a good game. I played well. Performed about as well as anybody could expect with these odds, and I figured the game was over. Full health IS-6, really bad news. And just look what Ground does. That's a full health STA-1 up there. He's facing him alone. Now, that was a blind shot, but the cap meter did go down, so I definitely hit him. Couldn't see him, but I knew he was there from having spotted him before. 103 spots him. And a second meaty hit. So full health IS-6 has just become a half health IS-6. But this guy is good. He gets himself into cover. Much trickier shot for me at this point. I hold my fire here. I want to save my shots for when he's actually spotted. Oh yeah, bounce the turret. Come on. Still, I can't complain about bouncing the turret. Everybody bounced mine for a lot of that game. Oh, come on. No! Accuracy at this range is a concern. So I'm trying to set myself up as a sniper here so I don't get spotted and can support the two guys who are now spotting for me. Oh, straight into the ground in front of him. That probably would have been a penetration. It was the underside of his turret as he pushed up onto the hill. And the game gets a little bit static here, but it's sniping, keeping the flag safe. STA is doing his best to spot. There's the IS-6. No, that's not going to do it. And, oh, T-34. A nice, slow-moving T-34. Thank you very much. So we're up to 4 kills. Even purple shot stats at this point. IS-6, that's a good shot. Come on, aim, load, come on. Yes! Okay, into the turret. Probably the top of the mantlet, I'm not 100% sure. 103 makes a very risky maneuver, decides to push on the IS-6. He's not alone, and misses, oh, and dies for it. So STA is now spotting and is the only one spotting. There are 3 tanks there, and unfortunately ground got killed in the meantime. So it's 2 on 4. STA is in a very tricky spot there. T-28's coming around. I shoot, I miss. STA's gone. IS-6 has got him. T-28 feeling he'd had a good game, decides to push on, and luckily turns flat on, and that's another penetration and kill. IS-6 thinks I'm a coward for fighting 4-on-1 at this point and not rushing straight into the jaws of death. Luckily this STA won, and that is all thanks to ground. He got him down to 232 HP single-handed while being a one-shot himself. Absolutely fabulous play from ground, and I could not have finished this game the way I did without ground's assistance on that tank. So I'm trying to spot, it's only one of them on the cap, trying to keep this rock for some cover, but I decided better push up, and spotted, I'm in the open. Shoot, miss, behind a wreck. Unless I'd stopped to fire, but even then it would have been a tricky shot. Trying to decide which angle to hit this guy from, keeping only my turret exposed. IS-6 is there as well. Oh, that's a kill shot on the IS-6. Come on, baby. Oh, miss. He hits me with APCR. He's changed over. Well, can't say I blame him. WZ has missed. I mean, I'm sure he wanted to win this game as much as I did at this point. He'd had a very nice game. Only his turret. He bounces me again, and it's this turret really, really performing at its very best. Again, keeping low, bounce the WZ. I really probably should. And another bounce. And another miss. 27 seconds left. Getting a little bit nervous now. Hands were shaking. Sweat. Block on the tracks. Gotta save my shot. 18 seconds. Block from the APCR of the IS-6. I've got to take the WZ out. He's a one-shot. I take the hit. And... oh, managed to eat the shots in the tracks, and it's a reload game at this point. And oh, it didn't reload in time. Oh, he's probably reloaded, but I can take the hit. I didn't realize it at the time. Tried to get her over the hull. Oh, the gun's in the way, and there we are. And he bounced me again, which I would imagine pissed him off no end. I'm sure that really, really got his goat. But anyway, absolutely great game. 8 kills. 5,200 of spotted damage, 7,200 win 8. It was a spectacular game. I enjoyed every minute of it, but I played like a freaking idiot after this game. I was so worked up. I was literally hands shaking, and I was useless to ground and Mako for the next couple of games. But really, really fabulous game. So let's head back and have a look at the stats, just to show you how much damage this tank pumped out. So here we go. So here are the stats of the game. It was my mastery badge, which I'd already earned, but still a mastery game is always very enjoyable to get. 3 of the, miscellaneous results. I don't really care. And then the big stuff. We've got the Radley-Walters kill 8 in 5th or higher tier. I didn't realize it was 5th or higher tier actually. So 8 tanks. Very, very happy with that. Defender. Steel wall, and you won't believe how much damage I blocked when I show you. High caliber, and of course top gun. So that's a nice little collection of badges there. Quite happy to get that. Very little critical damage when you look through these tanks, but most of the shots, penetrated. Good damage, 8 kills. I mean, it's not that I'm searching for critical damage. It's not a mission or anything, but just interesting with the amount of damage that, or the hits that I did pump in. It was very, very little critical damage. Team score, well, as you'd expect, it's quite high up there. 5,621 damage. 8 rewards. Ground with an extra 2,700. Great game for him. Mako with another 2,000. The 103 played very well for quite an average player. He had a great game. Very, very happy to see that. I got one of the miscellaneous results. But if you look at the enemy team, the T-28 had a fantastic game. 4,739 damage. 2 kills. I mean, that's pretty insane for such a tricky tank to play, very slow speed. He did go through the Valley of Death as well, so I'm sure he had a very boring game. Really quite astounding. The surprise here is that the T54E1s pumped out so little damage. Given that they have such high burst, I guess we just kept them a little bit on the wrong foot and they weren't able to do it. Sanvan, the IS-6, who was calling me a card, had a pretty good game, and he got a couple of miscellaneous things. He did pick up 4 kills, but it was really the star of the enemy team was the T20. I had no idea while playing the game that this guy had done so much damage. So bravo to Whiskey. Really, really nice job. But let's have a look at the detailed report. Damage blocked by armor, my friends, was 3,510 damage. Most of that was on the turret, a little bit of it on the tracks. You know, you can't argue with those kind of numbers. 5,600 damage pumped out, 3,500 damage stopped, 100 base defense points knocked off, 11 enemies hit, 8 killed, 29 shots fired, 20 hits and 18 penetration. So it's quite a high proportion of damaging shots for the shots fired. But again, you're shooting APCR as standard, and you do have very nice accuracy and a pretty good aim time. You know, really can't complain about that. 6,468 experience. You know, is there anything else that can be said? It was a really enjoyable game, and I think once again just proves how formidable this Centurion 7-1 tank can be. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and come back for more. I should have some more videos up this weekend. Look forward to seeing you again. All right, good luck. Bye-bye.